Good evening. I'm going to call to order the City of Lewisville Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of January 3rd, 2023. It is 6:30 and we do have a quorum present. The first item on the agenda tonight would be to consider the minutes of the December 20th, 2022 meeting. If I don't have any corrections or additions, may I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Motion by Karen.
Second.
Second by Aram. Vote now. Motion passes 6-0. The next item on the agenda is a regular hearing. It's a final plat of the Castle Hills Phase 10C edition, lots 1X, 2-7, 8X, 9-12, 13X, Block A, on 16.719 acres out of the A. Singleton Survey, abstract number 1138, located at the northwest corner of Lady Tessela Avenue and the Essex Drive extension. It is Zone Plan Development Estate Townhouse District.
Good evening, Commissioners. The final plat of Castle Hills Phase 10C has been reviewed by staff and has found the listed deficiencies. Staff recommends that the Planning and Zoning Commission disapprove the final plat of Castle Hills Phase 10C addition for the deficiencies listed and delegate to staff the authority to accept and approve the plat once the listed deficiencies are corrected. The approved plat will be brought to the chair for signature.
Thank you, Joe. Commissioners, are there any questions for staff? Any discussion on this item? If not, may I have a motion, please?
Move to disapprove the final plat and delegate to staff the ability to accept once the listed deficiencies are corrected.
Motion by Aram.
Second.
Second by Francis. Vote now. Vote passes. Motion passes 6-0. And the next item is a public hearing. This is consideration of a zone change request from specific use landfill accessory uses district zoning to specific use landfill operation and accessory uses district zoning with an amended engineering site plan on approximately 15 acres legally described as Lot 1, Block A, DFW Recycling and Disposal Facility located at 1601 Railroad Street, as requested by Jason Potter, Wallace Design Collective, on behalf of Waste Management Renewable Energy LLC, the property owner.
Good evening, Commissioners. So this property is a landfill associated use. It's currently zoned specific use to allow the landfill associated uses at the site. What they're proposing to do with these changes tonight is really retrofit and change out a lot of the equipment that processes methane capture from the landfill. Their goal is to create pipeline quality natural gas that they can also use to refuel their fleet. They did actually take staff on a tour of another facility in Ferris, Texas, where they use this process. They're not going to expand any buildings. They're not going to add any real significant pavement changes to the site, but they are going to be changing out the equipment that's on the site and external to the buildings. So on the map, on the screen before you is a map of the site with the aerial. It's about a 15-acre tract of the overall landfill property that's impacted, but really only about 3 acres of that is changing. So here's the subject property map. And then if I can skip down to page 91. So this is the proposed revisions to the site. And they've kind of clouded what's being changed. And what they're going to be doing is adding different equipment and racks and changing up the parking configuration a little bit where it's existing pavement. So with the extent of the changes, because it does impact the existing engineering site plan in place, they did have to modify it. Whenever we change the engineering site plan, because it's tied to the specific use zoning district, we do have to do the zone change 2 and the notifications. So they did put up signs on the property, and we did send out letters. And so that's why this zone change is being brought to you tonight. So staff is in support and recommends that the Planning and Zoning Commission make a recommendation of approval to the City Council. Tonight we have Andrew Moore and Stephen Keller who are in the audience for questions. And then I did just want to show a couple of the photographs of the tour so you can kind of see what some of that equipment looks like. Again, a lot of large equipment is already out there on the site, but they'd be switching it out to handle these new processes to make a quality natural gas output that they can then use to fuel their fleet. And staff's here for questions as well.
Michelle, did we get any response from the public?
We did not. There's no other property owners within 200 feet.
Okay.
And then we didn't get any calls regarding the signs either.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing. And if Mr. Moore or Mr. Keller would like to come forward and present anything, they certainly may, or you may wait and see if we have questions for you. Whichever way you want to handle it is fine. So at this time, I'm going to head and open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please come forward, state your name, and sign in. Having no one come forward, I will now close the public hearing. And commissioners, do we have any questions for Mr. Moore or Mr. Keller from Waste Management? Any discussion on this item? Okay. Would you like to speak now?
Stephen Keller, Public Sector Manager for Waste Management. I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity. This is incredibly exciting. If you think about this, we have developed this technology where you just take garbage that's decomposing and turn it into fuel to fuel your trucks that are running out on the streets. It's an amazing thing, and very proud of people like Andrew and Waste Management that has really developed this kind of technology around the country. And it's something for you folks to be proud of here in Lewisville. But I've worked with the city of Lewisville for years and years, back when we were your hauler and all of that. And as she mentioned, we took the staff on a tour. They were very impressed with it. I just want to say thank you. That's all.
Well,
thank you for this opportunity here.
Sounds, we love being on the cutting edge.
And you can brag about that. You truly can brag that nobody else in this part of North Texas has got anything like this. And I love to tell the story that people that are throwing their bags out in those carts that go to the landfill are turning into pipeline quality natural gas that can fuel our trucks and goes out for other uses as well. So
Wonderful.
Thank you very much for
Wonderful
this. We very much appreciate this.
Thank you.
Commissioners, if there are no discussions or questions, may I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the zone change.
Motion is by Francis.
I'll second.
Second by Robert. Vote now. Motion passes 6-0.
Commissioners, this item will be considered by the City Council for a second public hearing and a final decision on Monday, January 23rd, 2023 at 7:00 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Okay, the final item on the agenda tonight is for an adjournment. May I have a motion, please?
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Aram.
Second.
Second by Ryan. Vote now. Motion passes 6-0. We are adjourned.